All right. Welcome, everybody. My name is Kim Harbage, and I'm a Gold Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. We're so glad that you're actually with us tonight. We have a handful of you, and hopefully more people will be watching the video as we record it and put it in our team pages. Tonight, we are dedicating this to new people and new perspective. So we know that we collectively have added quite a few new people on our teams, and there's always so much information, and so we always try to go back and remember what it is that we didn't know when we very first started and the questions that were very first asked. And then we're also kind of flavoring this with new perspective for those of us that have been around for a while, actually going back to basics and remembering what those things were that we have forgot from the very beginning. So we're going to do a brief overview on products, and then on some time management and goal setting, and then relationships. And we hope that it is a very powerful evening for you. We'll have some time for questions at the end, and then also with the products too. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Vonda, who loves and is so well versed in our products. She's going to go through that and just give us some of the tools that we have available to us. So with that, there you go, Vonda.
Yay. Okay, so my goal in going over these is not the in-depth that we've done before. We've done a few of those and love to do those, and we can always guide you to further deeper details. But what I'm trying to show you is that for you new people, you have been given tools to reach people with your product. So as you know, you already know this, that Plexus Worldwide's committed to providing some really unique and high quality products. And right now we have 16. So the combination of the products really are focusing on some of the root issues. So if you know that and are able to say that Plexus Worldwide focuses with natural products on addressing some of the key root issues for health and wellness, such as gut health, blood sugar regulation, and inflammation, right there, that encompasses so much more of what, what you need to know to reach someone. Just to start that dialogue, you'll find that mostly what you're going to become, you'll become a good ambassador by listening and asking questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some things that I have myself that you can, well, first of all, you have your Amazing Success Kit. So I'm actually going to present really quickly those things through your Success Kit. But I also want to show you things that you have available to buy. There are compliant brochures you can get on Etsy, things like that, where it's a nice little summary of each product. So it kind of gives you a guideline to go through and present the products, and you don't have to feel totally confident with it. That's what the things like resources like these are really important. Different styles, you know, you've got just a variety. In the back office, you also have Plexus Print. I've used these before, and they have actually it's nice to give with a sample. So it actually has the ingredients on it, has the directions. So you have a place to put your name. So that's something maybe to look into, are resources like that, that you can hand over a sample and with confidence say, here are the ingredients. You can research themselves. And I think those are great tools. So to the Success Kit, really, one, they have all the pricing in it, so that's good, all 3 different levels. So what I thought I would do is just go through the cards that you new people have with your Success Kits. I'm not going to read everything because that would be boring, but I am going to show you that you have the tools necessary. What I thought I would do was explain to some of you new people that when Plexus originally was a breast health company, so the first 2 products were the breast check kit and what we now call body cream. It used to be breast cream. They changed the name because it was good pretty much for the entire body, and breast cream for men just didn't sound right. So things that just briefly to know about the breast check kit and the body cream. I'm going to combine those 2 just because of the fact that they were the first and they sort of were used together. The breast check kit is a revolutionary way to increase the sensitivity of home breast self-check. And so that's something that not a lot of people are interested in, but you do need to know that it's available. There is a neat video on YouTube about, it was actually presented on the doctor's show. And if you ever want that, just let us know. And then the body cream, it's a unique skin renewing cream, and it has a really fun ingredient, spirulina algae, and then that one along with the activated charcoal is the main two ingredients in that. But amazing body cream, so many ways to use it, but compliantly. Really, it's on the card. So those two, I really doubt we have any questions on that, but please let me know if you do. We're gonna breeze through these pretty quickly.
The only thing that I would say is, for those that don't know, the body cream is used for just about anything. Stretch marks, sunburns, hair products. Like, I use it as a nightly moisturizer, so do both my girls, because I want to teach them from the get-go when you're learning to wash your face that you're putting good stuff on your body. So mosquito, well, the fast relief works better for mosquitoes. I'm trying to think of what else people use the fast relief for, or the body cream for.
Start.
Well, a lot of things that are not compliant to say, but and that's why just know that it is very powerful, and there are a long list of things. One thing I was going to suggest too at the beginning, and I forgot, we're now in an era in our company that we're having to be extra cautious with our words, our claims. But there's so much still out there on Facebook. So if you're ever curious about the times where we were being a little more loose with our testimonies, there are some fabulous ones out there. In the past, I've posted them, not necessarily for you to repost them, but to go and learn what some of these products are capable of. So that's going to come into play when you're having that conversation with a friend or family member. And you know this, you just will have to be careful with who you say what to. But that is a good way, I believe, still to learn. If you search an ingredient or a certain condition that you know someone that you think, that might help them, search on Facebook. You'll probably see some stories. That just gives you a little more insight. But again, we're just a lot more cautious these days. SLIM. So really the talking points on SLIM are going to be that it's a safe and effective weight loss. It's the most natural way to lose weight. It's going to help maintain normal blood sugars. Although we know many people that have had, higher blood sugar issues, higher cholesterol numbers, blood pressure, and we can claim only that it's helping already in the normal range, but again, cautiously realize that it is helping people do more than that. So it helps maintain normal blood sugars. It also is cholesterol and lipid levels. So think about triglycerides, people with high triglycerides, it's going to help that. It also, of course, it's focused on weight. It's called SLIM, but it is more about balancing the body overall. And the one cool thing for some people want to know, is it going to burn my muscle in addition to fat? No, it will not. It does just burn your fat, which is awesome. It uses it as energy. So one thing you can say is that it is not a meal replacement. I think that's huge. So many things today are focused on that meal replacement, dieting, and this is a tool for balancing your body. And when you get things right in your body, then things start letting go of things that it's been holding on to. It's easy, convenient, of course. It is probably the most popular product. And some of the companion products or combos, if you look in your back office, you're going to see quite a bit of different combos with the SLIM. Accelerator was one of the first companion products to SLIM. It actually has 5-HTP in it as a mood enhancer, but it is going to, let me see, compliantly, it's going to enhance your weight management safely and effectively in conjunction with healthy diet and exercise. So a lot of people feel increased energy, reduced appetite, and so a lot of people say that that is a good product for someone that is, I've heard that it may be a good product for someone that is more of a, not a high energy person, where Boost might be for a higher energy person. But everyone's going to have to test that and see for themselves. So let me stop there. Are there any questions on the Slim and Accelerator? Again, Accelerator is going to boost metabolism, help burn fat, has the 5-HTP, which is a natural mood enhancer. Okay, now another combo that we all know and love is Triplex. So I'll cover those real fast. So promoting your a healthy gut. So a lot of, if you research gut health, second brain, the gut-brain connection, there's a lot of keywords you can search to research why it's so important to let someone know about Probio 5. So Probio 5 is going to have, is going to promote healthy intestinal tract with the proper probiotics. It has 5 strains of bacteria that support the immune system, and has, what's special about ours than your normal run-of-the-mill probiotic is it's really 3-in-1, and that is that it has the enzymes, and it has, that's actually going to help break down the bad guys in the system. So that it also has the antifungal in the form of grapeseed extract, and that, and combined with the enzymes, is able to break down the really harmful yeast fungus in the body. It does also, Probio 5 will help with nutrient absorption. So if you think about the people with digestive health issues, if you research gut health, you'll find a long, long list of illnesses, diseases that are contributing or resulting from gut health. So again, your target is going to be anyone in those. So again, we have to do so much research ourselves, but these cards will help you. Yes, Joan.
How do you pronunciate that ingredient?
Chitosanase
No,
is how I say it.
the one that breaks down the skeleton of the.
Yes, the enzyme, that is the one that is really important. And I say it chitosanase. It is breaking down the wall of the chitin, C-H-I-T-I-N, chitin. And so the exterior wall of the yeast fungus is extremely, extremely tough, and it will just keep on living if you don't do something about it. You can throw good probiotics at it all day long, but if you do not attack that yeast fungus, it's so harmful to the lining of your gut, then that's not going to help you near as much. So chitosanase. Yes. Everyone agree that's how you say it?
I was just looking it up because it looks
I've
like
looked it up before. I think that's right.
but that's not how we say it.
Yeah,
I
I do know chitin, C-H-I-T-I-N is chitin. I remember looking that up, and I think I've heard someone that knows what they're talking about say chitosanase.
No,
So,
I remember. I just can't. I remember it was different.
Yeah.
Cottonase is how I've heard it, but
How?
cottonase. But what Vonda's saying is probably more close.
Seems like there's a toast in there. Chitosanase. Yeah. Okay. And then also on Probio 5, it may inactivate free radicals and chemical reactions. So just because there's so many toxins out there for us to absorb and ingest, it's an amazing product. Any more on Probio 5 before I talk about
Chitosases.
Sorry.
what was that? Oh.
I did the how Jay say, and I didn't
Yes.
say something.
Do it again.
Okay, ready? It's like I do it.
chitinases.
Chitinases.
That doesn't sound right.
It's what you're saying. It's just said with a little weird thing. I don't know.
Okay. Well, the good thing is you don't have to know how to say that. What you could say, and just say that yeast fungus has a really tough shell, like a roach. You know, that's kind of gross sounding, right? So that gives someone a visual, that exoskeleton that you need to break through in order to kill off that fungus. Okay. So another thing is in that triplex combo is your Plexus BioCleanse. Again, we're some burdened with toxic waste and slow metabolism. So Plexus BioCleanse contains formulated magnesium compound with oxygen enhancement and vitamin C and bioflavonoids. So why is this different from your typical over-the-counter magnesium? It does have, my understanding is it is that standard magnesium, but it's the addition of the oxygen enhancement and vitamin C that actually creates that oxygenation in your system. That is why it's so special and unique. So it's going to actually oxygenate your entire body, cellular level. It is oxygenating your blood and your digestive system. A lot of athletes love BioCleanse for that reason, the oxygenation. So why do you want that? Of course, it's a great companion to ProBio 5. It's like, I've heard different things, you take out the trash, which is your ProBio 5, but if you leave it there, it's not really going away as fast anyway. And so BioCleanse is sort of like that, the truck that's coming in and taking it on out. So really important. What else could someone add about the BioCleanse? I know my family loves it. Any questions? You know what we've not been doing, which I intended to do, was talk about how to take things. Sorry, I forgot. But
I was
this
going to ask you that, but
triplex combo, what?
I was going to ask you that, but my concern was if it's not on the bottle, the way in which we take it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's it. I mean, these cards give you what the label says. The triplex combo, or I would say the ProBio 5 and BioCleanse, are the most controversial products on how to take things. There's just different things out there. So my recommendation usually for a beginner is to take them just to start with easy, is starting one at bedtime of each. That's simply introducing it. Some people like to start one thing at a time. That's fine too. Follow the label, but always ask them to start slowly with ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. You want it to introduce it slowly to their bodies. So the label, these cards actually do show what the label tells. And for BioCleanse, it's 2 capsules with at least 8 ounces of water 2 times each day between meals. That is one great way to take it. That's one thing that you would want to communicate with your customer and your new ambassadors, is that this is something that is going to be unique to you, and you need to find the right timing, dosage, but it's something that you can help them tweak different ways. But definitely following the labels is the best way. That's just better to stick with that, but you can give how you do it, and that's fine also. Any questions? Okay, we already talked about Plexus Accelerator briefly, and another additional weight loss product is Boost, and that is another companion to Plexus Slim. It's formulated to give energy, a boost of energy, and it helps with weight management. I feel it gives great energy, also suppresses appetite, and for maximum benefit should be taken with Slim. So it does have proprietary blend of vitamins, botanicals, and it's it's used a lot for pre-workout. So if you have some fitness friends, that might be a good product to recommend. It is going to, I've used it before as a pre-workout. It's always best to start products like this that have some stimulants. Accelerator and Boost both is that the only ones with stimulants, I believe. So always try that with food. I think you should always tell your customers to do that. Any questions on Boost? It is a thermogenic, which means it's heating up the cells of the body to help burn fat.
What would you say to someone who doesn't know whether they should take Accelerator Plus or Boost?
I've seen a few videos, and one way to think is, a higher energy person may lean more towards a Boost to try first, where someone that is not as high energy may try the Accelerator. But again, that's just someone's opinion. That's not from Plexus Worldwide. I think I usually say the biggest thing for me on the Accelerator is the mood enhancer. A lot of people are going to find that really attractive, but I usually just say you're going to have to try it, read the ingredients, try it for a couple months, and then if you're not really liking it, try a different one. But I actually usually recommend starting with Triplex before adding Boost and Accelerator. That's my opinion.
I always give a warning on Accelerator Plus that it can make you more hungry. So if you're not good at food choices, and you tend to just eat because you're hungry and you just grab the first thing available, that Accelerator might be dangerous for you, because if it increasing your metabolism makes you hungry more often, you're gonna, it sounds intuitive, but it's gonna be making you want to eat a little more often than you need to be eating. Therefore, you better have good things in store.
I've heard that also. I find that Boost will suppress my appetite. I do not feel suppression with Accelerator. Good. But everyone's different.
I've never taken Boost, so I like hearing your thoughts.
I starved the first few weeks, but I was used to not eating all during the day, and which is a good thing that I started eating, because it got my metabolism built up. But the Accelerator might have had something to do with that, because I started doing it at the same time too. And I said, I thought this was supposed to make you lose weight. I'm starving. But I did start eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which was good for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Another weight management product would be Block. So I'm trying to keep these in categories. So this is the last of our weight loss, and Block has just been reformulated. And again, they had some fabulous brochures at convention, and I'm reading directly off of that Plexus Block contains natural ingredients clinically tested to work immediately to block the absorption of up to 48% of carbs and sugar from your meal without blocking the absorption of any beneficial nutrients. So that usually people will ask, well, if it's blocking carbs, is it blocking the good stuff? And no, it's not. That is the combination of brown seaweed extract, white kidney bean extract, and they've added chromium. To me, I find this a very effective weight loss and great for those with blood sugar issues that might need to control a little bit more of their blood sugars in addition to Slim. It can be used alone, but most people are looking for overall health will be on Slim already. This is in addition to helping you regulate blood sugars when you're eating a higher carb meal. So people with blood sugars, if they don't want to try Slim first, this might be a great product to start with. And that is taken, usually I take one, but you can take two before a carb meal. And used to you had to take 30 minutes before, and hallelujah, don't anymore. So any addition to Block? Any questions?
Just from my experience, if you have someone who has gastroparesis, you may tell them to go easy on it. They may not be able to do it. But I thought the new formula was working, but I think it's put me like where I was before I started the new formula. So just if somebody has gastroparesis, you're not supposed to have beans. So I don't know if it's the kidney bean extract or the seaweed or what, but it does not digest in my stomach, even the fast acting.
Okay. Okay, and then we'll move on to a lot of the inflammation issues can be controlled with our ease. And this is such a, to me, Plexus Ease is one of those products that it's going to help more. It's not just about taking it for a headache. So it really, to me, is not that effective. So, oh, I have a headache, I'm going to take Ease. This is about a regular, keeping it in your system, for those with higher inflammation, with chronic discomfort. And this is one of those that it's going to help so many different people. So always, always keep it in the back of your mind when you're listening to someone about their pain, about their anything in the body that is a result of inflammation. And I could go down a long list, but I can't. So just think anything that is inflammation, think of Ease, because it is truly helping a lot of people. But it can decrease, compliantly, we can say it can decrease minor discomfort from an active lifestyle. So that, of course, goes way beyond what that's just a drop in the bucket of what it can do. And it does have Eterol, which is an extract of green-lipped mussel. So that is out of New Zealand. And it is something that if you research New Zealand green-lipped mussel, you will find an array of benefits. And I know that you probably have someone that is in need of this product with all the, if you think inflamed joints, things like that. So it has a long history of promoting health in this is centuries. One thing I love about our Plexus products is that you can literally look at the ingredients and research it. It's not new things. It's just simply things put together in such a way that it's benefiting so many people. And it's at such a high quality. So don't ever be afraid of when someone says, well, Plexus is new. Consider showing them the list, giving them the list of ingredients and say, please research it. I'd be happy to talk to you about each ingredient or give you more information on the ingredients. So I'm getting off topic here, but basically Ease, if someone is in a lot of discomfort, then there is such a thing as a loading dose to know about. It's not going to be on your label, but if you have someone that's in a lot of discomfort that's been for a very long time, it's something you might want to look at asking about a loading dose. But it is something I feel that you do keep in your system. It's not your typical, I have a headache thing, but it is very, very good alternative to some of the things that are harmful to our organs that we normally are taking, NSAIDs, and that's, to me, a huge selling point. Any questions on Ease? Any other points? Another point on that is, here's my opinion, is many of our products are, maybe possibly for you younger ambassadors. Something to think about is prevention is so key with health. The damage that we older ones are feeling now is as a result of when we were younger and not taking care of our bodies. So to me, that is something that you might think about in presenting Plexus to the younger crowd is if you think about prevention, inflammation, blood sugars, gut health, those are things that are going to continually damage the body if not balanced and managed. So something even like Ease to me is, I just feel like it's, along with Slim, anything that keeps inflammation down in your body is going to be a good preventative health-wise. There is a cream also called Ease. Pretty much has some amazing products in it, including the New Zealand green lip mussel. And it's just it's more of an instant relief, and it is temporary, of course. So those two products, Ease, would not be recommended for someone with shellfish allergies due to the New Zealand green lip mussel. Nerve, and that one is a great companion with the Ease if anyone has symptoms, nerve type symptoms. It promotes healthy nerve cells and healthy nervous system. It does say compliantly that it is not for underlying disease, nerve discomfort from underlying disease. Again, those of us that have been around a while, we probably would say that there are a lot of people with diseases related and nerve discomfort from diseases that have benefited, but compliantly, that is not the case. Real quickly, because I know I'm way over, is the X Factor vitamin. Your most important things to know about that is, one, the high quality, but the reason it's so special is the patented aloe blend, and that is going to increase absorption of fat soluble and water soluble vitamins by over 300%. If you can remember that, that is a great selling point. It also has blackcurrant, which is a huge, very, very powerful antioxidant. So people with nutrient absorption issues possibly could benefit. B12, a lot of people are B12 deficient. And then they have a kid's vitamin that also, it does not have aloe, and I myself have not used that product, so anyone that wants to pipe in on that can, but it is of course going to help eliminate free radicals and support healthy balanced life for your kids. So anything else on X Factor and Jules?
What would you say about the iron?
It does not include, you would not see iron on the label. The New Zealand blackcurrant is known to have naturally occurring iron. I got that right, yeah. Yeah. So I personally know someone that has benefited in their iron levels with X Factor that was anemic. So, but complaintly, you don't say anemic, sorry. So, does that answer your question?
It just happens to be something people are looking for, quite honestly, in a vitamin, and it's not listed as a separate element on there. And so I think it's important for people to know that it's not that it lacks iron, it's just that iron is incorporated in the ingredient, and you just need to know that.
Yes. And this is one product that may be, it's one of those things most people take, or a lot of people buy. They may not actually take their vitamin that they buy because they don't feel it's helping them. They're not absorbing the vitamins. They don't feel a difference on it. I and hundreds, thousands of others have said they feel a difference with X Factor vitamin. So it's definitely one of those things. People want a quality vitamin. It's something to look at as a beginner, a foot in the door with Plexus. And I feel that way about all of the vitamin lines, including Mega X, which is next. And that is because our bodies don't create all of the natural essential fatty acids. We're not getting that from our foods like we should, and the same for the X Factor vitamin. That's why we need it. But so many people are told to take a fish oil supplement, and this is a great alternative to replace that. It's you know, you may hear people say no fishy burps because it is 100% plant sourced, and so it's actually the ahi flower, AHIFLOWER, if you want to research it, and that is an excellent source for your omegas. It does have omegas 3, 6, 9, 5, and 7. And so with getting that complete line of omegas and without the fishy aftertaste or odor, it's a great product. It can help maintain normal lipid levels and lower triglyceride levels. you might think brain health, heart health, those are two things that just to stick with that, to tuck away, that those are the two main things. It's brain health and heart health, but it's also linked to if you're deficient, you know, there's signs that it can be linked to aging, so mental health, things like that, everyday stress, relaxation. So again, it's a huge product. They did it right. And so if someone's been told, if they're taking a fish oil, this is an alternative again. The last product is Plexus 96, and that one is more focused as a snack instead of a replacement meal. I myself use it as a meal with fruit, berries, things like that. And it's a very high quality whey protein, cold pressed, grass-fed whey. And it can help with blood sugar also. So any questions on the vitamins or Plexus 96? I did not go over Edge, did I? That's because I don't have a card. Okay, so Edge, again, we have pamphlets like this. And I'll, again, read you a compliance statement that Edge is the newest product, of course, released at convention. Everyone's real excited about it. I think some people were a little confused. Oh, why do we need that? And the answer to someone that might say, why do you need an energy supplement when you have Slim? And your response could be that Slim has never been intended to be an energy drink, although when people are balanced and they feel that good, healthy, natural energy. So that is very different than this, which is more of a replacement for people that need that all-day coffee, for the energy drinks that are so awful for our bodies. The product, it has 3 clean key ingredients, and we won't go over those because again, it just takes too much time, but as a result of those ingredients, you could have healthy, sustained energy, sharper thinking, enhances concentration and focus, and improves the mood. And that should always be taken with food and towards the beginning of the day, in my opinion, because I know for myself, it has kept me up if I take it too close to even noon. So I'm guessing there might be some questions on Edge since it's sort of new. The cool thing about Joan, yes.
Has anybody, I have a few clients that now want to come off their ADD medicine, and I was actually going to call customer service tomorrow because I don't know how to tell them to start that process, because I think they're afraid to come off their drug, but they want to start a natural drug. I don't know if you heard anything.
Well, we have heard that, unfortunately, we really just have to say, check with your doctor if they're on medication. You can, I guess, privately tell them that you're seeing some good results for people that are used to taking those type of meds, and that it's definitely something to look into. But, we would never want to advise, of course, how to come off of a medication. But that we strongly believe that it could benefit someone that is on such medication, but to check with their doctor. And, send them, if you have seen someone say something about it that fits what they're looking for, you can send a story.
But I know a big plus for me, I told you I was going to be talking to my son, who's 16, his doctor in August, but I tried the Edge with him when he's with his SAT tutor. And last week I was at church at a meeting, and his tutor said to him, "Get that stuff your mom was giving you." And he's like, "What?" He goes, "You're not focusing, you're not listening." And I thought, well, that's a huge testimony right there. I mean, he's only known Grant for 6 lessons, So
that's good.
I know.
My son, until he turned 18, was on Concerta, and he just now started it, it gives him the focus that he used to get with the medicine. He said it's his favorite product of all.
Nice. That's good.
He said more focus and more clarity. So
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Kim, are you next? Okay. Takeaway, guys, is simply that you have the tools. Don't be afraid to start sharing the products, because compliantly you've been giving things great tools, and there's so much more out there.
For sure. Thank you, Vonda. Okay, so I'm going to keep this a little shorter than what we would normally go into. This, again, going back to both newbies and people who have been around a while, we want to talk about goals. And one of the very first things that you should do when you very first started this business is set a goal. And oftentimes you need to take that back to your why. And your why can be different. Every person is joining for a different reason. It could be that you just want to reap the health benefits and maybe share with just enough people to get the cost of your products covered. That's great. Have that be your goal. Write it down. It is a proven fact that if your goals are written down and they're posted where you can look at them every single day, you are more likely to reach them than not. And it makes you accountable and keeps them in your mind all of the time. So your goals, then you want to figure out what that is, and then you set specific tasks every single day to actually reach those goals. And it may be that if you want to cover the cost of your products, you know that you need to have 3 to 4 customers to be able to do that. So then how are you going to get those customers? And all of this just leads into the next goal. What we want to tell each of you guys is that we're here to help you reach your goals wherever they are. If it's to work the business and go silver and then go gold and go all the way to the top, then fabulous. We're here to help you do that. And we're hoping that these meetings will actually do that, give you a little bit of a glimpse into what it is that you need to do that. And so having your goals first, setting up activities then to meet those goals are all things that you should be focusing on. We often talk about our goals being SMART. And if you've been in the corporate world at all, or you have actually gone through this exercise in any previous jobs, you might have heard this acronym where SMART goals are very specific, they're measurable, they are attainable, so they need to be the next one, which is R, which is realistic, and then T is time-bound. And so when you're writing your goals, you want to keep all of those things in mind so that you can hit them and you can achieve them, because you feel so much better when you actually do achieve your goals. And we also want to let you know that if you don't reach a goal, it's okay. You don't change the goal, you just change the time frame. And that is perfectly acceptable because there's so many things that are outside of our direct control. Things, if you're taking the activity to move towards those goals and you're not making them, it's okay. You just need to reevaluate, make sure they're still that attainable and realistic. You don't want to say that I'm going to go diamond in 1 month and you've just joined the company today. So always keep those in mind. It's something that you should do every single month. I've actually read that they should be reassessed every single week as you're going through your goals to make sure that you're taking the steps that you need to do that. Super helpful for me. I know when I'm very focused on what my goal is, I can then tailor my daily activities to actually reach those goals. So definitely do that. One of the things that as ambassadors we always talk about is income producing activity, or you might see it as called IPA. And those are the actions that we're taking every single day that are going to help us reach our goals in most cases. And a lot of that includes posting or sharing with other people. And there's a saying that there is in this business, and I was actually talking to one of my ambassadors this week, and it really resonated with her. So I thought it was worth repeating again, which is you can work this business part-time, but you can't work it sometimes. And the power in those words is that if you're choosing to work this business and you say, I'm going to work it 15 minutes a day, and we'll talk about what that time management looks like for you, because it can be done in 15 minutes a day. You can work it as little or as much as you want. The more you work it on you know, specifically, the faster you're going to go and progress in meeting your goals. But there's nothing that says that you have to do that. The beauty of this business is that you can truly work it into the nooks and crannies of your business, of your life, and that's fine. But what you want to do and keep in mind is that you want to be consistent. So if you're posting on Facebook, you want to continually post on Facebook. If you're posting once a day, make sure you continue to post once a day. Oftentimes, people they'll post and then life kind of gets in the way and then you forget to post. And what happens then is that the audience that's watching you, even if they are not reaching out to you, they are watching you, they'll all of a sudden think that you're not doing it anymore. And then they will hear about it from someone else and like, oh yeah, I've heard about Plexus. My friend was doing that, but I don't think she's doing it anymore. And then all of a sudden the seeds that you have been planting will be reaped and harvested by somebody else who is being consistent. So whatever you choose to do, once you start, you are moving forward in a consistent basis. And then also I just want to mention that as soon as you become a Plexus ambassador and you have posted on your page is no longer just your personal page. It is a business. You are running a business and you want to keep it that way too, which means every single post is positive, even if you're not feeling positive. You're working kind of Plexus into the nooks and crannies and you're thinking like a Plexus ambassador. And that will help you go far as you're kind of defining who you are and what your brand is on Facebook, and then people will see it, and even if they're not reaching out to you immediately, they will actually know that you are a Plexus person. So always keep that in mind. There's all kinds of things that you can do to get involved with your business and reaching your goals. All of it is about getting plugged in, building relationships, being consistent with your business, and most importantly, sharing with everybody you know, especially your family and your best friends. You want them to know that you are the Plexus person. So when they're ready to get involved or have some health benefits or even some financial boost, they know that they're going to come to you because you have shared with them that you're doing that. There's different ways that you can get yourself out there with launch parties, Facebook online parties, and even interactive posts. I've had some success with both of these kinds of things. We've done a launch party, and that's simply just inviting your friends and family over to your house. You can ask them to be supportive of you, not necessarily that you want to sell them something, but that you want their support and you're just getting started and you like to practice. And it's amazing what will happen when you ask people just to help you. People they love being wanted and love to help you. So you're getting some practice, and then at the same time, you're also communicating to them what your new business is about. So that's a great way to do that with a launch party. You can also do online parties, and we were talking a little bit about this earlier, that there are different apps that can do this for you where you can actually plan your posts, and the system will go through and post them automatically or systematically. Great ways to partner up with other people who are maybe running at the same speed that you are, or you've met them through their testimony and you've really bonded over something that resonated with you, and you build a relationship that way, and then you can partner together and do an online party and tailor it towards that common thread that you've got. All of these are really great ways for you to reach out, get out of your comfort zone, work towards your goals, and be successful in your business, and really just continue building those relationships that this whole business is built off of. Time management. I'm going to talk about this just very, very quickly. I'm looking at the time. One thing, I'm reading a book right now that talks about managing the to-do list. And something that stuck out to me on this is that every successful person that was interviewed in this book, when they're asked, how did you get it all done? Nobody, and really truly nobody, said, oh, it was on my to-do list and I just crossed it off my to-do list. What they all said is, if it wasn't in my calendar, I didn't get it done. And so for me, I walked away saying, okay, I can have all of these to-do lists, but who has these to-do lists that you never get to the end of them? They're continually growing and you never reach the end of it. So my takeaway from that, and something that I am now practicing, is looking at the things that I need to get done and prioritizing them, and I'm putting them in my calendar. And that's how I'm spending my time. And everything that I have seen from any other ambassador, successful people that have gone there before us, they all talk about the income producing activity. And that is not scrolling through Facebook. It is being very on purpose. And they talk about it being, it's possible to get this business done in the nooks and crannies, which means 15 minutes at lunch. If you're at lunch, go sit in your car, make the phone calls that you need to. Make your time very, very specific, and you can get a ton done and reach out to a lot of people if you're doing that. So prioritize that. And I actually have taken something from Sonia Dudley, where she gave a perfect Plexus day, which was 2.5 hours. And I thought it was pretty amazing of how she talked about doing this, where she wakes up with an attitude of gratitude and thanking God that she gets to do this business. That's the very first thing that she does every single day. She spends 2 minutes then on affirmations, speaking in the positive, and she does this 5 times a day for 2 minutes. So that's 10 minutes. And then 30 minutes she spends on social media. And this is actually doing income producing activity, where you're actually going out there, you're posting from the heart, and you're reaching out to people, and you're being very specific and on purpose with the posts that you're doing. And then she spends 1 hour doing the 3-2-1. And you guys might have seen this. Sometimes we call it the perfect 10, or this one is just 3-2-1, where 3 new contacts for your business, send them sample cards or reaching out to them, a brand new person that you've never talked to before. And then 2 is following up with 2 customers or samples that you sent out. And then 1 is following up with the opportunity or a business contact or an ambassador if you already have an ambassador. So that's your 3-2-1. And she said she spends an hour on that. And so you could break that into a couple 15-minute increments. And I would say if you're doing nothing else, you're doing that income producing activity first. If you don't have 2.5 hours, you're spending that time first, because it's paramount to working your business. And then if you have a team, she spends 20 minutes connecting with her team, whether that be coaching calls on a daily basis, or it's having a team call, or touching base with somebody, something like that. She's spending 20 minutes a day with her team. And then at the end of the day, she's doing 30 minutes of reading, and that's personal growth and self-development. And I don't know if you guys have heard this, but it is absolutely paramount. Every single person talks about it. They even talk about network marketing and multi-level marketing as being a business that you get to run, and it's free education. Because if you do not change and you do not become a more developed, self-aware person along the way, you're not going to succeed. And that's one of the things that I continue to learn, is that it's all about what we're learning along the way. So that's 2.5 hours that I gave you in about a minute, but just talking about how we can be very, very specific on our time and how we can make it the most effective for us, focusing on the income producing activity, doing that first, fit it into 15-minute increments, be on purpose, and don't just coast through Facebook, also known as Wastebook. I think that's all I'm going to say for right now, and I'm going to hand it over to Julie so that she can talk about relationships, which are so very important for us.
Okay. Relationships are kind of my hot spot, my personal passion. And that goes for every juncture of your life, relationships. So when we had watched a video, the 3 of us today, by Ami Darling. And if you're not following her on YouTube, I highly suggest it. Ami Darling is amazing. She's a master nutritionist, so she has lots of product information, but she also has some good coaching and leadership stuff on there. So we were watching this video, and we kind of walked away with this feeling of, again, you forget. You get lost sometimes in the business, and you just need to be a little redirected and reminded that relationships are the core to this business. They're core to life, quite frankly. And our network marketing business is an extension of our life. It's our lifestyle. It's feeling better. It's quality of life. Like, life is our business. Like, that is just all in one. And if we're not paying attention to the relationships, then our business suffers. and your business succeeds when you pay attention to the relationships. And so I just want to kind of give you a brief rundown on why I think this is important. But I first wanted to tell you that I went to grad school for marriage and family therapy. So, and I say that because I'm not trying to counsel you guys all in your relationships with your family and your marriage, but more of marriage and family therapy is a relationship-based therapy. So it's how to look at your life and how your relationships influence your life. So this is something that I'm very passionate about. This is why I like to talk about it, because I think it's vital to your personal success and the way you feel about yourself. I've also worked in domestic violence shelter, which is something not everybody knows. So I like to throw that out there because it's way off the beaten path for me. So I'm doing a 40 days till 40 posts on my Facebook page, and not many people know that. And I was thinking, you know what, I'll give a little piece of myself in this video today, because transparency really is kind of fun. You get learning something new about the people that you're working with. And then I love relationships. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love each and every one that I have in my life. I am devastated when something happens to a relationship. So preserving them is my end game. And why are they so important? Well, this is how we interact with the world. This is how and why we feel the way we do about ourselves. This is how we think the world impacts us, or we impact the world, vice versa. Relationships teach you so much about yourself, about self-awareness, if you're paying attention. They also teach you how to succeed and how to fail, because we don't do it perfectly every time. And how can you be the best person you are? It tests your patience, your love, and your self-confidence. And if you've noticed in your own personal life, we are most of the time made or broke by the relationships we have in our life. And maintaining them needs to be something we put high on a pedestal, because our self-worth kind of gets wrapped up in our relationships, for good or for bad. So picking the good ones and nurturing them is essential for all of us to succeed, even on a personal level. So with that said, it impacts your network marketing business and your Plexus business in so many ways. It is like I'm visualizing like pouring liquid into a sponge and watching it all go into all the pores. And that's how I feel about relationships. They're so embedded in everything we do. Because with this business, you become a confidant, you become a coach to people, you become a friend. People are calling you sick as they can be, feeling their worst, and giving you a piece of them. And you have to honor it, and you have to hold it with respect, and you have to take every instance with such care and love that you would with your spouse or your kids, because that's how we should value our relationships. So every breath you take and every word you say will take away or will add value to your relationships. And I say that with great emphasis, because sometimes we're quick to jump and say something emotional, and that can take away from a relationship. If you have nothing good to add to something, then don't say it, because then you take away from a potential great relationship and you detract from it. And our goal is to add value to people's relationships in our own lives. So if someone cuts you off in the street, take a deep breath. Just assume it's not about you. I mean, the assumption has to be there. The assumption needs to be that person is freaking out. Like, I'm just going to go with there's an emergency at the hospital, because that way I can't be that upset. So how I react makes a huge difference in how I carry myself for the rest of the day. So everything is a relationship. The clerk at the grocery store is a relationship. You may not pass more than a simple joke or a smile, but you've established something. Your grimace or your shortness with them establishes something completely different. So be very thoughtful in how we're talking and being with people. Hold it sacred. Be the friend, the acquaintance, the ear that is often, as often as you possibly can. If you have an opportunity to be there for someone by telling them, I love your dress, in honest to goodness, genuineness, don't think it in your head and not say it. Be that light for somebody. It's hard to give compliments, quite frankly. It's probably my weakness is to give compliments. I struggle with it in my own life, but I realize it's more about me than it is about people I'm giving it to. And if this is a relationship I want to nurture, then I need to be genuine and say what I'm thinking. I'm giving a compliment in my head, but I'm not willing to say it out loud. And I'm detracting by not doing that. I'm not giving myself to this relationship. So in the business, we need to build these relationships. This includes your potential customers, your potential ambassadors, your upline, your downline, your sidelines. Everyone needs to be in a relationship with you. And it doesn't mean that you have to have long, dark, like intimate conversations for hours and hours on end, but you need to hold it with care. So before you jump off frustrated with somebody, or you, I don't know, or even like, I hesitate sometimes for some of the compliments because you never know what's on the other side of that. Did I just say, you look really great in that, and the person's anorexic? And I'm like, wait a second. Like, you just know that you can add or subtract to everything, and you need to know what you're dealing with before you do it. So be thoughtful, get to know the person, like get to know kind of what moves them and what ignites them and what takes away from them, so that you can better be a great sponsor and a great friend. This is a big deal for me because I feel like in this business, we can create layers upon layers and layers of our business and not know the people. And that's great, you know, but at the same time, what if someone is struggling and they're not able to talk to their sponsor? If we're not able to go through the layers of our team, then someone's missing out. And I don't want someone to miss out. So let's just do our best to build relationships across our teams, through our downlines, through our uplines, and be there for each other. And our sidelines. My sidelines are my besties. So I highly encourage you all to reach out and pour yourself into some relationships that are really lifting you up. So as a leader, what I would be saying, and I think I'm speaking for Vonda and Kim here, is the better we know you, the better we can help you. Whether that's a nudge to kind of push your comfort zone, give you the little friendly, ooh, you can do it, come on. Or it's when you're struggling and you had someone, you know, cancel their order, to be that friendly person to say, hey, been there, done that. Let's do it. Keep moving forward. Having someone just be your cheerleader. We want to do that for you, but we need to know how we can help you. So please, like when we're engaging with you and trying to build relationships, it's not purely business sense. We want to be, if you're in our tribe, that's exactly how I worded it tonight in a message to one of my new people that I haven't heard from in a while. And I said, girl, you entered my tribe. And once you enter my tribe, like I need to gather my chickens. Like I need to feel mother hen-ish. So I don't care if you're struggling to pay your bills or you broke up with your boyfriend. I would like to be a part of that. Relationship is important to me. So this is a process, and this is what Plexus is. And I think everybody needs to take a moment and completely learn to embrace it, because your business will succeed. You will succeed as a person. The personal development that comes with it is kind of a beautiful flower blossom kind of thing, like I just imagine in my head. So we are here for you. We want you, we want whatever it is you want. We want to fill your cup so that you can go fill others' cups. So I guess the moral of the story is engagement and activity and being part of your team is priceless. And I hope each and every one of you take that opportunity and really give yourself to it and be rewarded by what comes from it. So how was that for too wordy? 2 thumbs up. So I'm gonna, I don't know if there's any questions. I will look real quick to see if there are. If not, I will end it. And if there's any major non-compliant questions, then we'll have them offline. I don't hear any.